Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We're playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This is a new game plus, and I'm just about to start on all of the different exploration stuff that we can do at the beginning of Act 2. Let's make sure party is set up well. Oh yeah. Let's see, what do we know? We actually need to learn his skills again. Shoot. Alright, well, to the camp it is then. That's a little annoying that they do that. I think they did that for Gustav though as well, and I feel like they didn't really need to reset skills like that. This just doesn't seem to make that much sense, but hey, whatever. Alright, anyways, let's get these all learned. Oops. I see. Okay, so like, all the skills have been reset, but we still have the gradient attacks, which just doesn't really make any sense. They could have just allowed us to keep all the skills that we had in the previous playthrough. And like, yeah, I get it, right? There's the switching between Gustav and Verso that happens, but again, who really cares that you keep your skills or not, right? I don't know, it just seems silly. Anyway, we'll get these all set up here and hopefully I can remember how I had everything set up. Oh, I remember I had light holder down here. I had Endbringer over here. What was Steeled Strike is here. Assault 0. Oh, Paradigm Shift. That's the big one. I had that there. Did I have Strike Storm? Very high single target damage, 5 hits, uses weapons element. I don't know if I did that though. Light damage, all enemies 1 hit can break. Phantom Stars. Stream light damage, man. Perfect break. Oh, perfect break. I had that over here. Paradigm Shift, Assault 0. Yeah, I think this is how I had him set up before. Like, exactly. Alright, good enough. If I need to tweak some stuff later, I can do that. I don't think anything changes with the conversations yet. Oh, we can write in the journal, though. Let's do that. Mayel finds a spot where she can write. She spends some time writing in Gustav's journal to honor his memory. She tries to write, but is overcome with emotion. She cannot find the words. She hopes Gustav's apprentices will read this journal someday. Even though she's written nothing in it, apparently. Mayel heads back. Let's go to sleep, get out of here, and move on and do some crazy stuff. Probably do the sprung kill again here right away. It's not going to be, of course, anything like the initial playthrough. I assume, at least, unless I've gotten significantly worse. But yeah, hopefully it'll be pretty easy. Let's go into the Stonewave Cliffs Cave, and we'll do. I think there's a chromatic here. Here, make sure that we get this cave. Also, I think it's time to swap over to Mayel. Or Mayel. Because screw looking around at Verso all the time. That dude sucks. Oh, let me see something here. Does she have... Oh, she does have Gustav's homage. Okay, well that's cool. They keep that, I guess, from the first playthrough. I was kind of questioning whether or not they actually allowed you to keep that skill. Which, unfortunately, though, isn't as good as it... That was so good when the damage cap was 9,999. Like, that was amazing. There's like a brief point in the game where I was just spamming the crap out of that skill. Looks like we need to go up here. I was using that the Clair, I think, as well, the lightning-based weapon for her. So it was kind of fun to find sort of a weapon combo that was a little bit unique, right? Because a lot of the time, actually, I think for my first playthrough especially, I just used the Jarum for so long. It was like, I mean, we can get it now, or I guess we would get it like right now in terms of the first playthrough. And man, I just used it for so long. It was crazy. I think I used that, deep into Act 3 still. So, so once Gustav's homage came onto the, or once we got that, it kind of changed I would argue her best, damaging skill, and that became her best skill for a little while. But all right, where is this other paint thing? Oh, it's right there. That should be it.
Interesting.
Another chroma elixir. It's kind of funny, and I probably commented on this for my first playthrough, but if you can parry everything, it just nullifies how useful a significant amount of the Pictos and any of these healing items, right? There's just no reason to use it or use them if you're able to parry things, which is fine. I don't, that's not. Certainly not really a criticism of the game. I enjoyed it. I loved the challenge of, essentially parrying everything and the satisfaction that you get from it. I think that it's probably the most satisfying thing about the game actually is when you are able to parry a bunch of attacks right in a row. That duelist, or the duelist day or duelist fight. Oh my god, that was so fun.
Meet your reckoning.
It's one of those things I feel like I'm gonna, enjoy watching the videos that I made probably years from now. When I just having that satisfaction of doing a fight kind of perfectly like that. All right, so there's exhausting power. What's this new one? Oh, it didn't. Or was that exhausting power? I didn't catch that. Anyways, all right. Here's the next log.
Constantine, theoretically of the 54th. We're born into a social contract, the terms of which are preset. We can neither negotiate nor decline. Our very first breath, that first wail as an infant, was deemed our consent. Before we can speak, before we even understand what it is that we're born into, we're bound. Lumiere operates a certain way. It favours a certain group and a certain outcome. And if you question the council, well, the council is going to question you. Push too hard to change things, and you just might end up on the next expedition. So, nothing ever changes. They just send us out to die, dissent us, and the status quo continues. At least out here, I don't have to pretend anymore. I don't bear the others any ill will. They have good intentions, but I'm not here for the painters. I'm here to build a new Lumiere.
I like this one. Born into a social contract, the terms of which are preset, we can neither negotiate nor decline. That's kind of just, so they are born into this world. Our first breath, our first wail as an infant was deemed our consent. Before we can speak, before we even understand what it is that we're born into, we're bound. That's true on a different level. This log is actually very interesting. It reminds me of, I watched an interview with one of the writers. Her name is Jennifer. I don't remember her last name, but she explained that she likes parallels, and and kind of like symmetry and stuff, and this feels like an instance of that, where this guy, misses a little bit of the big picture, right? He understands though that he is born into this society that is Lumiere. But also doesn't really understand that he's born into this other, there's a larger part of the world that he's sort of stuck in as well, as a Lumiere. I mean, the fact that everybody can just be gammaged at a certain age, right? There is something bigger at play. But I like the again, I like the parallels too, and that happens so much in this game. I think it's, you know, so well written because of that. And you know, the interviews that I have seen with her are really great. It's just great to you know, get a writer explaining their thought process, right? Like why they wrote things the way they did. And it really, obviously, an absolutely amazing writer. She's fantastic. But anyways, all right, let's get back to it here. Let's see what we can do still. Yeah, we've got so much exploration to do. I guess let's just go south here, and we'll kind of try to make a little bit of a loop. Let's get wet. Let's do that. And we've got the dive points back. Be some free color of Lumina later, eh? Alright, and it looks like we're already swimming right up onto Dark Shores.
Lovely.
It was wild how much of a to be fair, actually the first pass through the game, these guys were challenging, right, with the damage cap, but honestly they weren't that bad. And because I just think that it's fairly easy to parry these attacks, but man, probably one of the best places to kind of like power level yourself in the entire game. And then the fact that you get the Corpeso here, it's leveling to 33. That's cool. Yeah, 29 to 33 right there. That's awesome.
Nice.
Interesting.
All right, let's head back in here.
Great.
It's funny too that this is such a small, like, simple area, but you know, again, if you can, and I should say that Corpeso as well, right? If you're able to take that down, not just as the, you know, as the experience really good here, you know, when you first arrive here during Act 2, if you know, if you can parry all this stuff, that weapon. What the F was that? It sounded like there was some weird sounds going on. What is that? Like these things are like coughing or something? That is wild. Okay, anyways. The Corpeso, that weapon, is insanely overpowered for this point in the game too. Like if you can come in here at, again, at the beginning of Act 2 and actually take these things down, that weapon will really carry for you for a long time. I'm just trying to think of like I guess I could go take a look at my old footage, but I don't remember like what level we were typically getting, or yeah, we were seeing things. But you know, to have a level 23 Corpeso at the very beginning of Act 2 was nuts. Man, these things. Okay, well these things seem a lot beefier. In my initial playthrough, especially towards the end of the game there, I was one-shotting these with Lune. While using... no, that's not true. Using Elemental Genesis was killing them. But yeah, they're beefy. Here's the Inmedeus Res. Oh, leveling up all the way to 33. Very nice. Oh, wow, what is... Oh, this doesn't lead anywhere. I never noticed this before, but there's nothing back here. Got a little excited there for a second, like, oh, did I miss something? My first playthrough? No way. And, yeah, no way, I didn't. Alright, and here's the 3 big boys. These are the guys that I spammed towards the end of the game. Well, really, any time that I was, or once I realized that I was able to one-shot these things with Lune, I just farmed this specific set, right? Because there's 3 of them, you get, you know, better rewards for battle. She's, you know, nuking it all down with Elemental Genesis anyway, so it didn't make sense to keep farming the sets of 2. And she almost one-shot all of us.
Maximum damage. End of the line.
Yeah, Verso doesn't hit like he used to. You know, there's that point actually in Act, I think it's mostly Act 2, and yeah, and certainly before you break the damage limit, where Verso is just by far the best damage dealer in the party.
Useful.
And that's, you know, because he gets, what is it? It's a 13 hit ability, and nobody even gets close to that for until kind of you break the damage limit, and then there are some things that start to kind of pull ahead of him. But you know, again, it's interesting how things kind of change over the course of the game, right? And yeah, I think endgame Verso just really falls off, whereas Mayel just keeps getting better and better. I mean, she's always good, but she pulls ahead of him once the damage cap is removed, or at least she has in my experience. Maybe there's ways to set up Verso where that's not the case, but yeah, and I guess I should be fair to him that I didn't really tweak much with builds for him. I pretty much just spammed Steeled Strike the entire game with him. So and Cheater, excuse me, Cheater really helped out that, right? Like, I think Steeled Strike is a tough skill to use if you're not able to parry, but as long as you can parry, you know, abilities and keep him actually using it, right, and not just triggering it and then losing the AP because you got hit, I think it's a phenomenal ability. Let's take a look at this next log here. Here, this one got screwed up, so yeah, what is going on with this? This just doesn't make sense to me. I should look that up. I wonder if that's some sort of bug. This didn't happen my initial playthrough. Let's see. No, it's not that one. Maxence, Elodie, and Marcel. Nope. Nope, not that one. This looks like the right one.
Ben, 64, Epsilon. We radioed our first report to Gamma. The line is good. Alpha will be out of radio range for a few days as they investigate down coast. They spotted an interesting island which could make a good relay point for the southern half of the continent. But Gamma hasn't heard from Beta in 2 weeks. Marceau should reach her in another day. I hope Colleen is okay. But it seems someone is using our radios against us. How do they even know our codes? Nobody's used them since the fracture. Sean fears we've been betrayed, but I refuse to believe that.
And that very well could be the case, and specifically, my guess here would be Renoir would have been the one that did that. I guess possibly Verso as well, and it actually seems more in line with Verso's personality to be doing this, but my money is on Aline's version of Renoir doing this, right? Because he's trying to essentially kill the Expeditioners, whereas Verso is mostly trying to work with them, right? Like his kind of goals are aligned with working with them. All right. Anyways, let's take a look here. Okay, so we got this. There's this Bergen enemy out here. We might as well wax it. Well, I think those noir enemies were the first ones that I would argue were, or even put up anything remotely resembling a challenge. I just completely decimated everything else up to this point. So there's the Potterum and the Abyssrum leveling up. So Lune weapon. What's the Abyssrum? Is that a sword? Actually, that looks like. Is that nails? Let me see. No, it's not. Must be Versus. Yeah, Abyssrum. Okay, anyway. Oh, look at this.
Great.
This is the color Illumina right there. Let's stop in here at the Meadows. I think this is just a one-screen deal. Yes, indeed it is.
Interesting.
Our Painted Family, which would be a reference to Aline's creations or versions of the family, right? So that'd be this verso, the kind of black and white version of Alicia, and Renoir, the one who kills Gustav. Alright, let's see here. We already did this stuff. Let's see. Okay, we did all this area here. Oh, it looks like I need to go back. Oops. Go away. Gotta hug this coast here. It actually looked like there was another little coastal area that I could get to. Oh, no, it's that one right there. That just connects to the mainland again. Shoot. I think. No. I'm confused. It actually looked like it was right here, but this is not actually a coast that you can get to. Not yet, anyway. We can fly in there later. Yeah. That looks like a coast that's accessible right here, right? But... okay, not the case. Well, I guess we can go up around the northern side of the continent now. And... probably sneak... oh. No, couldn't do it. Couldn't sneak by. Alright.
So much potential.
Well, now we're gonna lose the game. Tried so hard, got so far, but in the end, didn't even matter. Alright, let's get hung up on some garbage on the ground and curse at my failures. This looks all good. Yeah, we'll just head up north here from probably the Gestural Beach. Everything on this continent looks like it's good to go. Let's check the map though one more time. Yeah. Yeah, this is Merchant, I think. Eske's Nest. Actually, I should probably hit this. Yeah, let's do that real quick. I'll come back for this stuff in a minute. I just want to make sure I got this. There's a little shoreline over here that I don't know that I stopped. Yeah, I didn't. It's this one here. Oh, no. It's even farther. It's over here. Oh, this is just the Merchant. Yeah, no, we're good. We don't need to explore that. We've already actually technically been over there. This one, though... which one is this? Oh, the Crushing Cavern. Alright, yeah, let's do this real quick. This will be like 5 minutes, maybe. This freaking place. Okay. Flag here. Alright. Let's do it. Let's go crush a Crushing Nevron. Oh. How far can you go? Nah, that's it. That's funny. Alright, let's blast this thing. An ambush? It's not an ambush. I mean, unless we're ambushing it. We're like, you know,
A storm is coming.
Lune is gonna two-turn this. Yup. Alright, solidifying is leveling up. 20 to 29. Very nice. Alright.
What have we here?
Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, that would just lead us back down. Here's the log.
Cassandra, 45th. No shit, they were all crushed. If Timothy hadn't pushed me out of the way. But both my legs are crushed as well. And I don't know how much longer I have. I wish I could have avenged you all. If anyone finds this journal, do not enter this cave. The Nevron inside will crush you.
Well, here's the thing, Cassandra. We crushed it, and you have been avenged. Things like this, though, really do highlight just how cruel Clair and Renoir's methods of, trying to get Aline out of the canvas. It's just insane. The brutality of these creations of theirs. Alright, well that's the Crushing Caverns. It's a very quick trip, which I'm okay with it. Right, let's mount up. Let's get wet. Go for a little swim.
Swimsuit fun.
What did he say, swimsuit fun?
Good stuff.
That's a cool looking boat.
Time for swim.
Alright, let's dismount here. Ooh, really? Jeez.
Now was our chance.
I feel like they could have added maybe a little bit of range to that ability. Oops. Bashing my input button and not paying attention. But yeah, the weird issues with the incline on initiating the first strikes. And it seems like it's worse on the world map. Like, you just often have to be right up on these things to initiate.
Well, that will help.
Right, got a chroma catalyst. I think there's nothing back here. Brewel rum leveling up as well. There's a dive point that we can't do anything with. This is a dead end. There's a couple of islands here, though. Did I already do this one? No. What's this? The white tree. Oh yeah, this is another one screen. Let's grab this record first, and then we'll grab the journal. Honeymoon in Lumiere.
Isabel of 36. Winter souls drift through the night and land soft upon the moonlit vale, whose snowy shrouds hold tight the hope I'd whispered once long ago. Golden folds adorn the stems, A maze our eyes back to follow. A meditation of winding curves. Deep they flow to center. Where lie the edges of another verse, another maze of golden stems and shadows. A sea of pebbles shifting. A wave, a wave. A wave of rock and sand. As sand falls upon our heads, and our heads sink beneath the waves. Along the darkened shores we sink, a pebble in the sea. The rising wind rolls through fragrant stalks of feathergrass. Their delicate aroma, a balm, their gentle susurrus, a lullaby for my aching heart.
This world
Isabel.
is full of wonders.
Yet everywhere we go, we walk with death.
What? Male's such a downer. Alright. Let's see, what do we got here next?
Swimsuit on.
Alright, so there's Jestral Beach. Let's do this other island over here, which has the chromatic jar on it. Source of probably my favorite weapon, or was my favorite weapon for male for a very, very long time. Also, the fight was kind of fun.
Now's our chance. Meet your reckoning.
No upgrade for the Jarum, although I think mine is... I think mine might be max level. Let me see here. Yeah, I took it all the way to 33, so there's a chance that it would have upgraded there if I hadn't done that. There we go. Alright, let's see what we've got left here. Already went all the way around here. I did the Stonewave Cliff spot. It looks like there's this island here that I should go to. That's part of the, I think that's where the workshop is at right there. The Jestral Beach I'll skip because there's no reason to do those again. Looks like we've got maybe some coastal stuff here. Let's go to the north. I think I did grab some of this already though. Yeah, these coasts look like we've been to. Already went to that one. Went here. Oh, we got Sprung to take out again. I am curious how that's going to be in New Game Plus. Let's see here. Yeah, a bunch of clothes that we already have.
Great.
Color of Lumina. Nothing here in this junk pile. That one either.
Swimsuit.
What is this over here? Oh, that's the island we started at. Yeah, we're good. Got all this stuff.
Let us get quit.
Let's... I think I'll probably make Sprung the last part of this video. I feel like that makes sense. Oh, we've got some stuff over here. Yeah, take that. Yeah, really curious now what Sprung is going to be like on New Game Plus.
Now's our chance.
I am kind of thinking though that I'm probably just going to completely blow him up, but
Meet your
you
reckoning.
never know. There's a Brule Room leveling up to 30, also Confident leveling up to 30 as well. Because, if nothing else, we are quite confident. You know, one of the other things though would be, as far as Sprung goes, we've just got so many really powerful Pictos. The initial kill in Medias Res really helped me out. That was huge, right? It just makes it so that you don't have to do it completely perfectly, although I really wish I would have, but it's a very, very tough fight already. And then to...
Great.
Man, I think I did 120, maybe like 124 parries on that battle. And so to get... What I get? I think I got hit 3 times. I got lasered 3 times. And so to, without having the damage cap removed, I just think that, that one's just such a tough one. And specifically, it's those lasers. I think if the... Well, yeah, obviously the rest of that fight, I did every single parry perfectly, but those lasers are just... There was something about those. They were just a little tougher to get down than, the other attacks. Also, the fact that they change, right? The timings change a bit from... I want to say, like, maybe it might just be the last, like, 25%, or maybe it's the last 50%. I don't remember, but like I said, the timings change a little bit, and there's more, right? So it goes from like 4 to, I want to say, 7, and yeah, like I said, the timings change a bit, so that threw me off a little. I did do 1 set of 7 perfectly though, so I at least did do that. Oh, Jesus. Is everybody... Yeah, we're all in black and white here. Don't think I really thought about that much my first time through. Alright, what do we have? Let's do a jump down here and a roll. Jump and a roll. Jump all the way down to the big canvas. And we'll talk to the boy. Soul adrift in twilight. Her paintbrush wielded darkness, and from it the monster emerged. So we're talking about Clair here. She wove her spite into the canvas, birthing a horror to plague my nights. Your hand holds the power to unweave the terror she wove. You can dissolve the nightmare. Will you help me? We will. Remember, light and dark dance together, but light must lead. Okay. I'm all about dancing with the darkness. I'm here for it. Let's see if I can just nail these jumps. Look at this. Look at just jumping and roll. And yeah. There's no reason to actually get down here, but I wanted to do it anyway. Statue of a beast. Do you want to use the light of the beast? Yeah, might as well. The story of the beast is written. In the depths where shadows sigh, lurks a beast beneath the sky. Still incomplete, its lair closed off. Yeah, and these honestly are pretty annoying. Actually, probably one of the more annoying enemies in the game for whatever reason. I want to say that on my initial playthrough, I had to do something where I skipped maybe like its last phase at the Stonewave Cliffs for that specific one. There was some skill. I think it's because it was a 2-part fight. Like that kind of annoyed me for trying to do everything perfect again with like the doing the perfect parries. The fight may not have been so bad if it wasn't a 2-part like that, right? But it's like you do the first part perfectly, and then now okay, we've got this other part that, and honestly, it's more learning it, right? The fact that you can't just go and like, or like if you do the first part of it, you can't. It doesn't like kind of save your progress, to do the second part, right? It's like, oh, I screwed something up on the second part of the fight. Now I have to do phase 1 or the again the first half of the fight all over again, and then try the second part again. So I don't know. In terms of the way that I was playing the game, that fight specifically was very annoying. And so I think when I did have my victory on that, I don't remember if I just kind of. I don't remember what I did, but I vaguely remember maybe like skipping some phases or something. Like I just completely decimated him. And you know, I liked generally I tried to get, you know, okay, we're having some dialogue here because we got close to the shores. Anyways, you know, I tried to get, you know, enemy skills kind of recorded so that we could see them, but, you know, there was just some points where I kind of sacrificed that for the, you know, the not taking any damage and perfect parrying. But, you know, it is what it is. That was, yeah, I guess the perfect parry was my top priority, and not, you know, necessarily seeing every single skill that enemies could use.
Feel the storm.
And that said, I am very happy with my first playthrough, so... It was a lot of work, though. Good lord. So much work. Yeah, but and also I did kind of, I feel like, cheese out a couple of the fights, right, where I just completely demolished stuff, where I was, you know, using, you know, the cheater Pictos because, you know, of course I've got it, so then it's tempting to use it.
Good stuff.
There's a reverence. And that was a huge advantage for a lot of those fights, right? Like Versa with cheater, just being able to blast out that like 13 hit combo was kind of incredible. But I think that's it for over here, right? We actually might be done with map exploration stuff now. Have to take another look here real quick, but did I do that shore over there? I feel like I probably did.
Let us get wet.
Let's make sure. Yeah, that was across here. And then the coral is blocking us off essentially from everything else. That was the paint workshop. Did I do this fight here? I feel like I must have, right? I don't see any. I don't see anything behind it. Yeah, I think we're good here.
Swim, swim.
I did the stuff over there for sure. Did Blade's Graveyard. Sprung is over here somewhere. Oh, this island though. And wait, what about this one down here? I'm gonna check. Oh, or wait, or is that the one that we start out on? I think that's the... Yeah, that's the island that we start on. Let me go to the north side of this island. I know that that's kind of where I used to park when I was practicing Sprung. I'd kind of just go to the edge of the island and save there, and then, you know, just swim right out to him and fail a bunch. Curse probably a bunch. Yeah, we've been here. I talked to this merchant already, I believe. Yeah, yep, I certainly did. Okay, yeah, it looks like just this island then, and Sprung is left. So we'll do that. Take these guys out here in a second. I want to see if there's... Oh, there's a manor up here, or a manor door. Alright, well, let's whack these guys real quick, and then we'll go into the manor. And then it's gonna be Sprung time, baby. Can't wait!
The element's done.
Hopefully I don't eat my words.
Thunder.
Completely regret it. And I should say, you know, when I did Sprung there at or during Act 2 for my initial playthrough, I think I put in, I bet I put in close to 20 hours on that fight. Just practice, 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 and obviously the practice paid off. But and honestly, you know, now that I think back on it, that cheater Pictos is so insane, right? I don't know that I would say that it carried me the rest of the game. I think that I did a lot of, you know, like the duelist fight I actually did with solo Mael, and I didn't use cheater for that. I just did basically counters. I think that was full counters. Yeah, that was full counters, I think. But yeah, you know, cheater was crazy. So you know, I put in a ton of time, and then that makes the game, you know, really, really easy. Oops, I forgot to jump. You have to actually jump. So else over here? Oh. Forgot about that. Oh, is this some outfit for Verso that I'm pretty sure I already had? I like the secret room though, that's cool. Oh Jesus. Just failing like crazy here on this platforming today. What's going on? Gotta channel my Mario Bros skills a little bit better, I guess.
Useful.
Look at Luna's just chilling over here. Jesus. Come on, lady, help me out. Okay, this leads back inside. I'm guessing this is... Oh, nope, not locked. Oh, this leads back into the, like, the basement area. Yeah, and that's the portrait of the developer team, I assume. Okay, that is it for in here. Let's go outside. I feel like Sprung might be a good indication too of how the rest of the kind of like the bigger bosses in the game are gonna go, but we'll see.
Swim so far.
Let us stain them.
I'm ready. You can't escape.
Elements converge.
Okay, well, Sprung not even getting a chance to act is certainly a change from the first pass through the game. But also, that doesn't bode well for the rest of the bosses in the game in terms of their difficulty if we're taking Sprung out before he even gets to act. So that's a little concerning, but there's the cheater leveling all the way up to 33.
That was one of her first creations.
Well, that may be one of her first creations, but he ain't no thing these days. Alright, well that's it. Let's head on over to the Forgotten Battlefield. And we'll end this one, because that is it. We have done every bit of exploration that we can. Actually, let me head back to the camp though really quickly. I don't remember if there was any other scenes that we could. I don't think there is anything though. Rather just be sure though. Yeah, it's looking like, yeah, because they're still hanging out over there. Luna is off doing her own thing. Yeah, no journal entries. Okay, well, that was easy enough. I honestly can't believe that. I was expecting him to be more, beefy. But no dice. Alright, well that is going to be it. We will do the Forgotten Battlefield in the next one. As always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.